How many times have you seen headlines of Malaysians who feel like they're not paid enough for the work they're doing? For most of us, especially younger Malaysians, a 10 ringgit lunch gets you heartburn for the whole month, especially those living on their own. It is quite common for those that are still living with their parents that they don't see much of these pressures because it is something like affordable rent. But even all that considered, why are our pockets still running empty? What is the point of minimum wage if people who earn more than that are also suffering? The salary that you earn is supposed to reflect how much work you're able to contribute to your company. In Malaysia, the average salary for young folks from 20 to 29 has been the same, which is around RM2,000 to RM2,500. Guess what? Based on an article in Malay Mail, the average living cost in Klang Valley for a single person is a minimum of RM2,600, and that is if you own your own car. Comparatively, based on statistics shown in livingcost.org, the average living cost in Kuala Lumpur touches around RM3,500. That is 3 times the minimum wage earned in Malaysia, which is RM1,200.
Back then, even with just 3,000, they can still run a family. But right now, especially if you are living in KL, all these cities, you're gonna die.
Your salary can cover it if you budget very well, but for a comfortable living, no, I would not say it's comfortable. You can survive.
Right now, everyone is like just earning money for the living to survive. If we have more money, then actually we can do anything other thing to increase our economy or something.
You have to have multiple jobs in
Okay.
order for you to live comfortably, in order for you to have savings, because as a human you need all the needs, but you also need the wants.
Actually, beside the full-time job, like the basic salary, I still have like some part-time. Right now it's okay for me.
I think it should be just a normal thing that you should get an increment, especially with the rise of inflation. Doesn't make sense. How can you live if everything is more expensive but your salary stays the same?
Yeah, I think most of the company will based on their situation instead of our situation. Yeah.
Yes, they should come up with a law saying that there should be an increment at least a little bit, because if you don't, if you keep saying, oh, our company's got no budget for like years, then I don't think so it's fair for the workers there, because they've been pouring their blood, sweat and tears into their work, and then you're not appreciating, because salary sometimes can also mean appreciation.
A monthly salary of a bare minimum of Malaysia's living costs puts a tight knot on Malaysian citizens to barely sustain in the face of inflationary pressures. Addressing the pay wage issue in Malaysia requires a multifaceted approach involving policy reforms, strengthened labour laws, and increased efforts to promote pay equity and fair compensation for all workers. By striving for a more balanced and just wage system, Malaysia can create an environment where employees are fairly rewarded for their contribution and can achieve a better quality of life.